Hello, YouTube. So I've got a bit of a pet project I've begun working on. I've got some old VHS tapes from about 15, 16 years ago, from back in the day when I was a teenager. I would play video games with my friends, and we didn't have like cool recording equipment, but I had a VCR and blank VHS tapes, and I would record a lot of gameplay footage of us playing video games. Things like, obviously, like Mortal Kombat, like you're seeing right now. Halo, Far Cry, Quake, racing games, mostly first-person shooters. But anyway, I've got these VHS tapes lying around, and since I've got a capture card now, I'm going to go ahead and start converting some of these old VHS tapes, get them sort of put up onto YouTube. And I was just uploading them plain, but I figure I might as well add my commentary to them as I'm editing them, keep things a little more interesting. So, starting out with some Mortal Kombat here. And as you can tell, the video footage is, it is what it is. It's literally taken right off of VHS tape, so you're going to see a lot of artifacts in the video. And obviously the quality is pretty bad. You're very low resolution here. But, I mean, with this type of with these old two-dimensional games, it almost doesn't matter. But you'll be able to see later on when I start uploading like Halo and Quake and other games, the resolution is going to be noticeably poorer because of the VHS format we're taking off here. Smoke versus Kung Lao, Liu Kang's brother. Now, I must have been Smoke, because Smoke is like one of my favorite characters. Ever since I saw him in Mortal Kombat Annihilation. So one thing I can tell is I'm player one. I'm the guy on the left, for sure. I don't know who I'm playing against. Must be... For sure it's one of my friends. I'm not playing against computer. Yeah, Mortal Kombat Annihilation was a pretty bad movie. But if you saw it back in the day, if you were like 10, 11, 12, like I was when I first saw it, like it's like one of the best movies ever. But if you see that as an adult, whoo, it is bad. It is real bad. Oh, I love those fatalities.
Fatality.
That's right, you gotta get the, like here we're playing on the PlayStation 1. This is the Trilogy. Mortal Kombat Trilogy Edition for PS1. So you pretty much get all the characters. And there's also a cheat code you can put in where it's single button fatalities, which makes it really easy to go through all the various fatalities. You just have to press a single button on the controller once it's in that finish him part. Here I am playing as Kintaro. Wow. I probably only did that though because my buddy was playing as Noob Saibot. Freaking cheap bastard. I was probably like, okay, if you're gonna be cheap, I'll be just as cheap. I don't know. I think Noob Saibot's a little too easy to win with, because he has that attack where he like goes through the floor and he grabs you and slams you into the ground. Of course, Toasty. Kintaro's so freaking buff though. He hits you a couple of times, you're done. Yeah.
Fight.
I'm not sure what the lore is with Kintaro. I mean, I think he's supposed to be like a cross between whatever Goro is and like a dragon. I'm not sure. I never got too deep into the lore of Mortal Kombat, other than just the movies. Ooh, Smoke versus Scorpion. Yep. I really love those backgrounds too. Get over here. Those pillars made of skeletons. That's great. I know we both have the same, like, grappling hook attack. I love how you can just punch people through the ceiling. That's so great. I wonder if that's something you can do in the modern Mortal Kombat games. Yeah, I never really got into the 3D, what would you call this? Not a beat 'em up, but just a fighting game, I guess. Oh, here we go. Fatality. Boom. He blows up the whole planet with his bombs. Why would you do that? You're on the planet too, dummy. Fatality. No, I think these sorts of games are, I feel like, I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but to me, they're just not that fun in 3D. Like, certain types of games can only really exist in the two-dimensional space, like Sonic the Hedgehog is one, I think, and of course these types of fighting games. You know, you try to bring them to 3D. I mean, they're not terrible. I mean, they're okay, but definitely it's nothing like it is here. And I just like the speed and the intensity that you get from these two-dimensional sprites. Like, look at how quick they maneuver around. I love that desert background too. Like, there's just a robot stuck in the sand. That's great. Finish him. It just pulls out his whole skeleton. That's great. It's not even bloody. It's just perfectly polished, ready to hang in the science class. These fatalities are so cheesy. I love it. It's hard to imagine people got so upset over this game back in the day. Because of course the Super Nintendo version, they took the blood and they recolored it to make it not red. So it's just like sweat, I guess. But, you know, that was back in the day when you could get in trouble for having blood in a video game. Of course, other games had it, but Mortal Kombat was the most popular, so they took a lot more heat than anyone else. That must be me playing as Nightwolf, although I would play as Raiden too. Those are two of my most favorite characters there. Again, probably because I just thought Nightwolf was a badass from the Mortal Kombat movie. I mean, people can say it's a bad movie, and I agree with them, like, seeing it now. But I don't know. As a very young kid, that movie was the most awesome thing I'd ever seen. You don't notice the cheesiness when you're young. Fatality. I love it. Oh, there's Johnny Cage with his $500 sunglasses. I wonder who I'm playing against. I think it would be either... Wouldn't be Anthony. I think I'm either playing with Ed or Colby.
Sector wins.
It's funny, the only difference between a lot of the robots visually is like just the color. Like it's the exact same model and everything. Oh, look at that flame. That's actually a pretty cool fatality. That's probably one of the better ones, actually.
Fatality.
He gives him the old Boba Fett flamethrower. Smoke. It's weird. Smoke is actually slightly purple. It's kind of strange. I'd say Smoke is my favorite of the robot ninjas, though. Oh, we must be doing a 2 versus 2 here. So you get to pick another character to help you fight. I like how there's a whole lot of newspaper and stuff just sort of floating in the breeze. It's a nice little effect. I really do miss the two-dimensional era of video games. I mean, I guess there's still like that stuff you can get on Steam, but as far as like the era of just putting a lot of time and effort into two-dimensional type games is pretty much a thing of the past. Finish him. Oh, that was lame. Shang Tsung, sorcerer. Shang Tsung versus Kung Lao. Didn't Shang Tsung kill Kung Lao in the movie? Because Kung Lao was Liu Kang's brother, I believe, his younger brother. And Shang Tsung killed him. And that's why Liu Kang was trying to get revenge for his brother by fighting Shang Tsung. Baraka. Oh, freaking noob Cybot. Like, look at that attack. There's like no way to block it, too.
Flawless victory.
I like that thing in the background. The green tornado in its mouth. Some pretty interesting background art going on in this series. Uppercut. Mortal Kombat was what introduced me to the concept of an uppercut. I never knew what an uppercut was until I played Mortal Kombat. Oh, yep, there's Shang Tsung transforming into a different character. It's just something he can do. Although I don't know why, it doesn't necessarily make him any better. I think it's just an aesthetic thing. Oh, nice. And of course, Noob Saibot is Tobias Boone spelled backward, or Boone Tobias. Although noob, I think, is an appropriate name for it, because only a noob would have to play as Noob Saibot.
Wins. Fatality.
Oh, I must not have edited this part out properly. Normally you don't see this going back through the loading screens. Alright, Kano. I actually do like playing as Kano. He's a fun character. I like how they made him an Australian or something in the Mortal Kombat movie. It just seems like he'd be like the leader of some street gang. Oh, I love those aerial moves. That's great. Fight. Ugh. Oh, I love those combination punches. That's fantastic. Oh my goodness. The special effects. What special effects? Oh, so bad. Yeah, that's the only bad thing about the Mortal Kombat trilogy is that you have to keep going back through the main menu every time. Loading times is really something that kills this game. Because, of course, this is a PlayStation 1, so it's got to read all the data off the disc constantly, and it just makes for long load times between matches. And that's the only thing that's kind of a bummer if you're going to play, you know, multiplayer. At least with the consoles, it's like, because it's on cartridge, you have like instant load times, so it's not as bad. And of course, those little icons, you can arrange them to unlock things. It's like a cheat code system, sort of, if you know what to do. Again, beautiful backgrounds there. Really in like a cathedral. Like how they got the Mortal Kombat dragon in the stained glass there. Sub-Zero's slippery ice attack is so fun.
Fight.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, I love that. That's my favorite move of his. Oh, it's anybody's game. Oh, he's got it.
Sub-Zero wins. Fight.
I always loved the matches that went the distance. Each person's tied, and they go into round 3. It's like the stakes are on. Oh, it's still... Oh, Raiden's got it. Oh, the monster uppercut. Well, that's it. That was my Mortal Kombat footage.